Keep going.
All right.
Good morning. Really announcing myself here. As we begin our service, we acknowledge that we gather from across the traditional lands of the Western Abenaki people, and we pay respects to their elders, both past and present. My name is Sarah Franklin. My pronouns are she, her. And as today's worship associate, I extend to you a warm welcome. Thank you for joining us. In this time of worship, we deeply appreciate your presence and fellowship. The Unitarian Church of Montpelier is a Unitarian Universalist congregation founded in 1864. We are a religious community that welcomes all as we journey together, seeking spiritual wholeness and justice in the world. Whether you're a newcomer, a longtime member, or somewhere in between, you're part of our community, and we are glad you are here. Any and all newcomers are invited to fill out a welcome form shared in the Zoom chat and available at the welcome table, so that we can connect with you outside the service. Thank you to our greeters and ushers, both in the sanctuary and on Zoom, who are offering hospitality and help throughout this service. I invite you now to turn on your video and go into gallery view for those of you who are on Zoom, and turn to your neighbors from your seat in the sanctuary and offer one another your greetings. It is so nice to have all of you here and to see a growing number. Our service today will be followed immediately by a budget forum. So these brief announcements are to alert you to that. And you all are welcome, and church members are especially encouraged to participate. We are preparing for next Sunday's annual meeting. Second, if you are in the sanctuary and will be leaving right after the service, we ask that you exit the building using the doors on Main Street and avoid passing through the vestry unless you need the elevate or the restroom. Our whole live classes are using that space, and they're having their final session today, which runs until noon. So finally, please just read your weekly announcements, because there are lots more information in that space. And now, let us enter more deeply into our time of worship with the prelude.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the Reverend Joan Javier Duval. I use she, her pronouns. Our opening words this morning are by Daniel Budd. Come to this place, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of learning, all seekers after what is true, all who seek a community of compassion and diversity. Come to this place, whoever you are, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times and you're too busy and you don't have the time. Come to this place, whoever you are, lovers of wisdom, lovers of humanity, lovers of beauty. Come to this place where a love we do not make surrounds us and lifts us and nurtures us. Come to this place, whoever you are. Ours is not a community of despair, but of hope, not a place of judging, but of thanksgiving, not a place of certainty, but of searching. Come to this place, whoever you are. Come yet again, come. Please rise in body or spirit. Join in singing our opening hymn, Come, Whoever You Are. As we sing together, we will share some photos of graduating high school senior Sam Dean, who is being recognized in today's bridging ceremony.
Let us now light the chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. I invite you to light a chalice at home, those of you who have one nearby. We light this flame as an enduring symbol of our collective commitment to lead with truth and compassion. Not that one. Please join me in saying these words of affirmation. adapted from Universalist minister L. Griswold M. Williams. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need, the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant. And now, Sam Dean will be sharing a story for all ages. Any children who are present in the sanctuary are invited to come forward, or any people young at heart who'd like to join.
Hello. This is called Wherever You Go by Pat Miller. When it's time for a journey to learn and to grow, roads guide your footsteps wherever you go. Roads give you chances to seek and explore. Want an adventure? Just open your door. Roads go over a hill, under a bridge, deep in a valley, high on a ridge. If you yearn for the ocean or wish for a stream, roads bring you closer to reaching your dream. Roads zoom beneath city buildings that tower on high, twinkling like stars in the dark velvet sky. Racing past signs, reflecting their light, zigging and zagging, turn left, then turn right. Roads bend, detours head where you wouldn't expect, showing you various ways to connect. Bringing you closer, then curving away, you always have choices to go or to stay. Roads reach across flowing rivers, past harbors and bays, with breathtaking bridges designed to amaze. Attaching two places that once were apart, choose to cross over, follow your heart. Roads merge. Small distant roads sometimes travel alone, marking the miles out there on their own. Then a new road wants to join in the fun, heads the same way, and the two become one. Roads grow. Well-traveled roads sometimes need extra space to guide life's adventures to a new place. Which path should you choose that's easy to see, the one that will take you where you wish to be? Roads wait for click-clacking trains and boats with tall sails, slow-going hay wagons carrying bales. Stoplights and crosswalks, a deer with a friend. Roads sometimes pause or just come to an end. Roads climb, steep mountain peaks dusted lightly with snow, rising above the deep canyon below. Clinging to cliffs, chasing a cloud, reaching the top, tired but proud. Roads remember. Every life landmark, the big and the small, the moments you tripped, the times you stood tall. Where you're going and where you began, what you expected, what you didn't plan. Roads return. During a journey, you'll ramble and roam, but sooner or later, you'll think of your home. After you've seen all you needed to see, a road takes you back where you're longing to be. Back to that hill, under that bridge, deep in your valley, high on your ridge. Roads take you all over the planet, but then you always can follow them home once again.
Good morning. I'm John Poten.
Sorry. And I'm Liz Benjamin. Together, we facilitated this year's bridging program.
First comes the hearing aid, then comes the glasses. Unitarian Universalists recognize that a transition from youth to young adult is a moment to be celebrated, a process to be supported, and requires a lifelong commitment from all of us. We use the term bridging to refer to the ceremony we use to honor this transition, which we celebrate this morning, and also to refer to the process of leaving the youth community, finding one's place in the young adult community. In the bridging ceremony, we acknowledge that not only are our youth going through a key milestone in their secular culture, but they are also going through a crucial spiritual rite of passage. This ceremony marks the passage of becoming a young adult in the congregation and in the community.
This morning, we have the great joy of honoring Sam Dean as our bridger, who will soon be starting a new chapter in life as a young adult. We have other youth in our community who will be leaving high school and transitioning into young adulthood, and we love and support them as well. Their names may be familiar to those of you who have been part of this congregation for a while. Colin Van Ness, Eliana Eckhouse, Ellie Blackburn, and Tia Lino. Sam made a special commitment to this process and to the bridging ceremony today. She met online with me and John as her mentors 3 times, starting in the late winter, to help reflect on this transition. Sam shared memories from being a kid and then a youth here at UCM. We discussed what UU values took root over the years as well as voicing the excitement and questions about what life after graduation will be.
Sam has been coming to UCM since 2008, when she was 2 years old. I first met her as a public librarian at the Aldrich Library in Barry when she was 3. Sam has participated in the Sunday morning programs in the Children's Chapel, along with Coming of Age, and she took that ever-famous trip to Boston, the Our Whole Lives Sexuality Education Program, and has worked as a staff member in the UCM nursery. For high school, Sam has been attending and will graduate soon from Miss Hall's School in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So we haven't seen her very much in the last 4 years. But during these COVID times, Sam has reached out when planning visits home. Is church happening in person yet? Sam has wanted to stay connected. Well, yes, Sam, we're in person with you here today. It feels extra special to all of us because this will be our first bridging ceremony to happen in person in the sanctuary since 2019. Despite the distance the past few years, Sam has found this congregation a spiritual community and now a launching pad for the next chapters in her spiritual journey. Back in the winter, when I first asked Sam if she would be willing to participate in bridging this year, even though she was far away, her response was, "I would be honored." And that's exactly the way she said it. It is now our honor to introduce you to Sam Dean, who will share some thoughts.
Hello again. The last time I was at this podium, I was reading my This I Believe statement that I had written after completing the Coming of Age program. When I was brainstorming what I would write in that statement, the only thing that came to mind was one word: kindness. I knew that premise was and would always be the guiding principle that determines all of my other beliefs. In 4 years, I have grown tremendously. Sadly, not very much height-wise, but I'll take emotional maturity. I have matured in terms of how I treat and view others, and I have continued to put kindness at the center of my beliefs. For me, kindness means I believe in liberation for people who have been purposefully and systematically disadvantaged. That includes Black people, Jewish people, queer people, etc. I believe in taking care of our earth and taking down the systems in place that are harming her. I believe in learning, whether that be culture, new points of view, or unfamiliar history. Knowing I believe in fighting for all of those things has come with learning. So even if the fight itself is difficult, I know that my urge to keep learning and fighting will be one of the easier things in my life to practice. But the biggest lesson that I have learned over the past 4 years is how to be kind to myself. Taking care of myself has been my hardest journey. I know now that this means living in the present, forgiving my past mistakes, appreciating me for all that I am, and so much more. I have heard lessons like these all of my life. I heard, appreciate today because your life flashes before your eyes. But I could never really appreciate these things before I learned them for myself. Another lesson I also heard from so many people was, be yourself. But how could I be myself if I didn't know who I was? I have worked hard to learn who I am and what I appreciate. It took a lot of mistakes and difficult lessons to start getting to know myself. Losing and gaining friends meant recognizing my faults and learning the balance between apologizing and standing up for myself. But then I started to realize how much I have to appreciate. It took stepping back and realizing that I really love my moms. I really love my siblings. I really love my teachers. I really love my school. I really love Vermont and the church congregation that's here. I really love myself. I am so proud of my classmates for all the hard work they have done. I'm really proud of my sister for the young woman she's becoming. And I'm really proud of my parents for the life they've led. Sorry. And the things they have passed on to me. I'm proud of myself for coming this far and having a curiosity for the future. I say all of this like I've finished figuring myself out and making mistakes. I know it's super corny, but I know that this is just the beginning for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. It's really impossible to wipe tears from your eyes when you have a mask on. We now invite forward Sam's moms, Chris Pavick and Raina and Venus Dean. In a moment, our Bridgers parents will light a candle from the flame of our chalice to symbolize the love of parents and Sam's church family that have nurtured Sam on her journey thus far. Sam will then walk across the chancel carrying the candle and crossing the metaphorical bridge that marks her passage into adulthood. On the other side of the bridge, Sam will be welcomed as an adult by Liz and John.
Liz and John, as her mentors, will then present Sam with a necklace with a pewter chalice pendant. This is the congregation's gift to her. Sam, we hope this gift will be a reminder to you of our spiritual community that will always be here to support you. It also symbolizes the light that you take into the world with you. We will then join in a congregational blessing, and we ask that you hold your applause, your further applause, until the conclusion of that blessing.
And let us now share in a time of blessing our bridger, Sam Dean. The theologian John O'Donohue has said this about blessing. When a blessing is invoked, it changes the atmosphere. Some of the plenitude flows into our hearts from the invisible neighborhood of loving kindness. In the light of blessing, a person or situation becomes illuminated in a completely new way. In a dead wall, a new window opens. In a dense darkness, a path starts to glimmer, and into a broken heart, healing falls like morning dew. Whenever you give a blessing returns to enfold you. And so in this spirit, let us now engage in the secret act of offering our blessing.
Whether you are here in the sanctuary or online, we invite all of you to create some energy with your hands. And then extend your hands and that positive energy towards our bridging youth. Through our hands, we send our positive energy, our love, and our caring to you, Sam. Let us take a moment to hold Sam, this year's bridger, in this love. Now, let us join in saying the blessing printed in your order of service, and hopefully it gets into the Zoom chat. Our love is always with you to support you in your journey into adulthood. Now, please join in whatever celebratory noise making the Spirit moves you.
Congratulations, Sam, and thank you all. We will now hear a brief video testimonial from V. Pearson with Outright Vermont, which is our community pouch recipient for the month of May.
Good morning, Unitarian Church of Montpelier. My name is V. Pearson. I'm the Director of Organizing at Outright Vermont, and I am recording this brief video to express Outright's incredible thanks for including us in your community pouch program this month. Our work at Outright, which I know you all have supported in the past, has many factors, and this year's pouch is going to our camp program. Outright Vermont was started in 1989 by a group of educators, parents, mental health care professionals who knew that LGBTQ+ youth deserved safer spaces for themselves to be welcomed as they truly are. And our camp program this summer being our 11th in-person year with 2 weeks of camp, 100 youth will be able to experience a week-long sleep-away LGBTQ+ affirming camp. Can you believe it? As someone who's a bit older, I can't even imagine when I was a teen what it would have felt like to have access to that camp. Lucky for me as a staff member, I get to help support that camp. And I can tell you what we do at camp is create unique spaces for queer joy, unique opportunities for fun camp activities like fires and s'mores and swimming holes and workshops and friendship bracelets, and create unique opportunities, outright opportunities for youth to reflect on community, social justice, and what their part is in building queer joy. So again, I just want to thank you so much for including us in your giving. I want to thank you for the ways in which I know your community shows up for LGBTQ plus youth. And I want to just express some joy from my heart as director of organizing, but also from the heart of Outright. We are a small and mighty team. Just thank you so much. You know, if you want to learn more about Outright, feel free to visit our website, outrightvt.org, or reach out to me at v@outrightvt.org. Again, thanks so much. Happy spring, and keep on doing what you're doing. Unitarian Church of Montpelier, keep on doing what you're doing. Peace.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment to welcome Sam. It's so lovely to have you with us. And it looks like our offering this morning is an opportunity to support more young people. So let the giving begin, eh? Our generosity is a form of love and gratitude. Our gifts freely given help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond our congregation. Each month through the UCM Community Pouch Program, we share part of our collection with an important church fund or a community organization aligned with our values. And during the month of May, our community pouch recipient is Outright Vermont, as you heard. Our contribution to UCM Community Pouch this month will directly support their work and that camp that we heard about. If you are in the sanctuary, you can make a financial contribution today by placing your offering in the dark green pouch found at the outside ends of the pews, and I see that you have found them. Please pass the pouch toward the center aisle to be picked up as it is being done. You can also donate online, mail a check to the church, or use our text to give option. Instructions are on your screen and in the order of service. We are so grateful for each and every one of you for your generosity in its many forms. Our musical offering today is from Cultivating Peace, Vermont. They invite us to enjoy a selection from Earth Keepers, a meditation in song and verse on humans' interrelationship with the earth and the impact of war. This mindfulness-based musical will be presented in full in late July on the State House lawn. Today, in honor of today's bridging ceremony, the Earth Keepers cast is sharing a song from that musical written by Annika Emily titled, I Am That I Am, encouraging our young people to rest in their love and connection with the universe as they navigate the road ahead. If you want to learn more about the show and how you can help, you can find their website in the order of service. Catherine from the Earth Keepers production team will also be available after the service to talk further and answer questions from any of you. Catherine, you want to indicate where you are? There's Catherine. While the offering is being given and gratefully received, please enjoy this musical offering. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am.
the light of the one, living love in the light of the one. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. Living love in the light of the one. Living love in the light of the one. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am that I am. Living love in the light of the one. Living love in the light of the one. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. Living love in the light of the one. Living love in the light of the one. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am, I am that I am. Living love in the light of the one. Living love in the light of the one.
Living love in the light of the one. I invite you now into a time of meditation and prayer, allowing yourself to arrive even more fully into this moment. Soaking in the beauty, the gratitude, the peace of this moment. And tuning into your heart and your spirit, just as it is. We honor the joys and the sorrows that we each might be holding in our hearts this morning. Those personal triumphs, celebrations, and gratitudes. Those challenges, those losses, and sources of grief. If you are joining our service today on Zoom, you are welcome to share your joys and concerns in the chat if you would like. We hold with joy all of the celebrations of this season. The dance, theater, and choral performances, the graduations, the moving into new roles, new relationships, welcoming new babies and grandbabies. We also hold with tenderness all of the griefs and sadnesses of this season. The health challenges, the ongoing illness and death of the COVID pandemic, the death of loved ones, the struggles with mental health. Let us hold in prayer this morning, those impacted by the racially motivated mass shooting in Buffalo, New York that took place just yesterday, those whose lives were lost and their loved ones, and the whole community in Buffalo that is now reeling from this devastating act of violence. Let us hold in prayer all those places in this country and world that are experiencing violence and devastation fueled by hatred and bigotry. As we hold all that is on our hearts, may you each know that you are held in the love of this community and the expansive love beyond us. Today, we have 2 lay pastoral caregivers available to lend a listening ear of care. Here in the sanctuary, we have Mary Jane Olson, and available by phone, we have Denise Bailey. They are each available after the service. I invite you to take a breath, to join me in a time of prayer with these words by Bob Janice Dillon. The prayer is inspired by these words of May Sarton. Help us to be the always hopeful gardeners of the Spirit, who know that without darkness, nothing comes to birth, as without light, nothing flowers. Gardening prayer. O Spirit of soil and sunlight, endless energy of growth, cycle of life and death and rebirth, God of small things and great, help us to be the always hopeful gardeners of the Spirit. Help us to prune back our worst impulses, the parts of ourselves that can lead to needless hurt in others. Help us to trim back our greed, root out our apathy. If we find we are overshadowing anyone else's growth by our own selfish desires, help us to lessen ourselves and make room for others. And help us to grow all the good things in our lives. God, we see around us many examples of abundant beauty. We do not know if we could create such beauty on our own, but we don't need to. No, we partner with you, with the wind and the rain and the soil and sunlight to bring beauty forth. So we are encouraged that we might participate in grace, that we might dig a little trench where the seeds of kindness may be planted. We know there is a time of waiting in all things when we rest in darkness. Sometimes that time of waiting can be days or weeks or even years. Help us to see the darkness's role in germinating new wonder into the world. Help us to see the small sprigs of joy and meaning that are struggling to rise from the ground. Let us be gardeners of the Spirit. Let us tend to this gentle power that has helped us become who we are and nourishes us always, even unto the end. In our daily acts, we strive to serve the growth of life and of goodness and of love. We are proud to serve and delighted to see the natural magnificence that is our portion and our inheritance, the growth of all the good and beautiful things of this life. Amen. And let us join in a time of quiet meditation. The bridging ceremony is one of the most beloved traditions of this congregation and our Unitarian Universalist faith. With this ceremony, we recognize the process of becoming that is at the heart of the human experience. We recognize one of the most significant milestones in that journey of becoming, that of entering adulthood. It is a time of hopeful uncertainty and possibility, as what once was is left behind for the unknown terrain of what lies ahead. Year after year, as a congregation, through the pandemic, even we mark this important milestone with youth in our community who are preparing for their next phase of becoming, the next phase of opening into a fuller expression of who they are. We recognize that the past influences who we have become, and also that we have the agency and the freedom to determine what will happen next, what road we will take, and whether that road goes forward or backward, whether it sets us off to new places or returns us on a well-trodden path to home, to some place familiar. At all ages and stages of life, young and old, we are all on a path that is ever-changing while being in relationship with others and the world around us, taking what we have experienced and learned and living into a future that is not yet determined. That is the basic understanding of process theology, a school of thought and belief that emerged in the early 20th century that made new claims about the nature of reality, of God, and the human experience. And I think that the basic claims of process theology are important and relevant ones for our time, and in those moments when we recognize the rapidly changing nature of the world and our lives. Process theology states that everything is in process, and the future is not yet determined. All existence is deeply relational. God is not an omnipotent coercive force, but shares agency with us and responds and changes just as we do. And finally, that God is luring us into greater creativity and beauty, or in other words, toward the good. What does it mean that all is in process? The philosopher Robert Mesley recounts how he grappled with these ideas as a graduate student in Chicago. And he writes about taking a break and finding himself on the shores of Lake Michigan. What if the world were not in process, he writes? Would Lake Michigan somehow be sitting there waveless in the future, waiting for waves to break on it? Suddenly, the world jolted as if it had been ajar and unexpectedly dropped into place with a snap. The future does not exist. There is no future Lake Michigan waiting for water to fill it or waves to lap its shores. The future does not exist. My eyes did not exist in the future. The sidewalk did not exist in the future. The foot that I was going to set down on the sidewalk in a moment did not exist yet. Only the foot in the present existed, he writes. I practically skipped home watching the sidewalk and my feet become. At Maury's Deli, I looked in the window, becoming, and watched the pastrami becoming and the people becoming. When I returned to my third floor apartment, I looked down into the yard next door and had a sense of vertigo. Time is like falling, I thought. We are always on the verge of falling forward into nothingness, but in each moment, the world becomes anew and the creative advance continues. The world becomes anew and the creative advance continues. In each moment, something new is created. And we are part of that creative process. We choose whether and how to be a part of the co-creation of reality now and into the future. And these choices are both small ones and big ones. You choose whether to stop and talk with a friend who you happen to pass on the sidewalk while you're out running errands around town, Who knows what might happen of that conversation? You pack up the home or apartment you've lived in for decades and set off to a new place that is still unfamiliar. And who knows what of that will happen? You board the plane alone, setting off on a new adventure to visit a place you've never been, on a pilgrimage to reconnect with a part of your past self that you'd like to recover. And something new is created. In every moment, we are becoming someone who does not yet exist. We are shaping circumstances and conditions that are still open to change. And along the way in this process of becoming, we are relating to others. Process theology argues that we are deeply interconnected and interdependent. Even when it may seem like we are setting off all on our own, we affect all that is around us, and we are affected by the world in turn. We grow and change together. We are not alone on the roads that we travel, wholly independent, but always connected, shaped by those we have known and in relationship with others in the present. All of the young people who this congregation has nurtured over the years have changed this community and were changed by their time and their experience here among us. These young people have shaped this community to be more welcoming and affirming, to be more bold in addressing the injustices and social and environmental crises of our time, and to also have fun and not take ourselves too seriously. And in turn, we have shaped them, deepening their empathy, their compassion and kindness, helping them discover their gifts, and encouraging them to discover and follow their sense of purpose in the world. In this process of becoming at all ages, we are drawn forward by the lure of the divine towards creativity and beauty. The process theologian Alfred North Whitehead called this the lure of God. He believed that we all possess a vision or a longing for beauty, creativity, and harmony, and this longing lures us forward in process. You can call this luring force God, you can call it universe, inner knowing. The words don't matter so much as the felt sense of inner yearning towards the beautiful. It is certainly also true that human beings do some ugly things in the world and create conditions that are disharmonious. But I believe that this vision and this longing for beauty is also present, and it is what moves us toward the hopeful possibility that is in that moment when the world becomes anew. Emily Wright Magoon puts it this way: beauty takes our hand and invites us into the heart of the world. All of its aching rawness, its tenderness, its possibility and potential. Beauty focuses us, engages us, calls us in the religious or ethical sense of calling, in that it moves us to create more beauty, the deep beauty that is justice, that is peace, that is hope and love and forgiveness. This beauty that comes through apology, through healing, through devotion and love. Beauty draws us forward into new possibilities, into the ever unfolding process of becoming more fully human, more alive in every moment, to change and to create something good, even in times of grief or despair. Do we yield to the lure of creativity, goodness, and beauty, and engage in the co-creation of reality based in those possibilities? That is ultimately up to us. On our road, let us allow ourselves to be lured toward the creation of a more beautiful world. May we move forward knowing that change is inevitable and that inside each of us is a creative and life-affirming force. Whether the road turns left or right or has detours along the way, may the road lead to the beauty that is justice, that is peace, that is hope, and that is love. So may it be. And as the rains begin to fall all around us, I invite you to rise in body or spirit to join in our closing hymn. It's number 6 in the gray hymnal, Just as Long as I Have Breath. And as we draw our service to a close, we extinguish the chalice and carry within each of us its healing flame, the warmth of community and the spark of hope into the days and the week ahead. I invite you to join me in saying our congregational mission statement. We welcome all as we build a loving community to nurture each person's spiritual journey, serve human need, and protect the earth, our home. These closing words are by Rick Hoyt. Go forth because we are always going forth from somewhere, going from our homes, our childhoods, going from our cities and countries, going from innocence to experience to enlightenment, going into mystery and questions, going into the desert, getting to the other side. Go forth, leave behind the comfort and community of one place, head into the anxiety and loneliness of another. Carry with you the love and laughter of this place and let it light your way. And we conclude our service with the postlude, and then we'll immediately be going into our budget forum. Thank you for joining us for worship.